Welcome to Laugh Cry K-Life, where we react to K-pop and we talk about K-dramas, Chinese dramas, and all sorts of other cultural things. Today, Yolanda's here again. I'm very excited. And since we have started this journey, I think we can officially say you are BTS Army.
Hopefully people will be okay with that.
She is new Army, though, so forgive her for any misunderstandings she might have.
Please.
But since she is joining us, we decided today to do a mini BTS, dive through the timeline. And we're going to start at the beginning with No More Dream. So today, Yolanda is going to I'm so excited in case anyone out there can't tell. Yolanda is going to react to BTS, No More Dream. Background, this is 2013.
Okay.
They are babies.
Okay.
Like tiny little babies.
7 years, okay.
Yep. And they're very different than BTS of 2020.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you too much, but conceptually, definitely we're trying to break some stereotypes of K-pop and also make music about, like we've talked about before, topics that they cared about that were interesting to them at the time.
Okay.
They were all babies, so what was interesting to them at the time was a lot of school, the Korean school system, and
yes,
just parents and older people's expectations of young people and how people look at young people and ageism in Korea.
Okay.
So that's all the background I'm gonna give because this should be so interesting. I'm so excited.
Okay.
I'm gonna put the mic there. Ready?
Is that RM? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
Go ahead. Which one?
The one with the glasses and the mohawk.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. This
Oh.
is
Okay.
And seriously, react however you want because there's going to be so much.
I'm already shook.
The Ajima.
I am already
What's
shook.
happening
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. I'm ready. I'm ready.
You're so not ready,
And
but
scene.
it's great.
Let's go. Look at Jin. Oh my goodness.
He's driving the bus though because he's the only one old enough to drive like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Jimmy! Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, I'm sorry.
It's
okay.
hard. It's hard to watch right now.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry.
I'm
it's so great.
Okay.
I'm so happy we're doing this.
Oh, look at me.
Oh,
Look at JK. Babies. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh my gosh. Oh, the pretty boys. Oh, okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. First of all, I think I have to get over the aesthetics, of just
the aesthetics are
yeah, because what I've been watching. Okay. I just.
Suga tells the story, and so he's they all look up to him, right? Dragon. And Suga tells the story about during this era, they wore these shirts that they maybe even had made at random stores somewhere. And G-Dragon asked him where he got the shirt, and he was like, I don't even know what to say right now.
This shirt?
Are you really asking me about this shirt? And so I just think it's so interesting because they were so different.
It's not even about the actual budget that I'm looking at. It just is so not the appearance that I have been watching.
Yeah.
No,
I got you.
Thinking about the whole journey that you had me watching to see the storyline. Nowhere near. I have not seen this look at all. I'm still looking at Rat Monster's hair. Like
Rat Monster regrets this hair. He talks about it all the time. But I like, to me, it's like so a part of their story that like this is who he was, and to see who he is now, and like,
it's different.
The growth and the change.
J-Hope. Let's just talk about that. J-Hope, to me, that's what I imagine he looked like when they first picked him up. Like if he was underground. Like that's what I'm thinking. You know, because what I
remember, he wasn't an underground rapper. He was a dancer.
That's right.
R.M. and Suga had rap. But J-Hope learned to rap when he joined.
But even with that, even as a rapper, I mean, not a rapper, as
like
a dancer.
He was like a b-boy dancer.
I can see that. I can see that look. Because what I see right now, you know, is just like, you know, all right, the good fun time uncle right now. You know, come on, guys, let's go on a trip. Yep. So that's what I see.
And he often talks about, that's interesting, because J-Hope also often talks about, like, how when they gave him the name J-Hope, he feels like he decided like I'm gonna take an identity of hope for people.
Okay.
And it was like that wasn't always necessarily who he was, but like he was like, yeah, I like this concept of me being hope for people. And like obviously he's like you know in the army we call him the sunshine. Like
that's what I said. He gives me rainbows.
Like, rainbows and sunshine, and he's J-Hope. That's who he is.
Yeah, and I didn't see the rainbows and sunshine right there, bro. Baby.
All right, we are not even 2 minutes into this. I love it.
Look at these babies. These look just like babies. Yeah, JK. Look how different he looks right there.
Jungkook the rapper. You don't hear that often.
I know, at all. Oh, I'm not even looking at the subtitles. I'm watching them. Even Jin, like that. There's a dancing baby right there. V and JK look so much alike when V was younger.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. V is still so sexy.
It's funny because like. When I originally watched this, I didn't see V that way because he's such a baby in this. But now that you see him as an adult and he's so handsome, now you see his handsomeness. Yeah, like,
even with like the glasses, like it's just
no, he's so handsome. Yeah, like, he's so aesthetically pleasing to look at.
Yes,
always.
You know that he just
also great.
Right there.
Shot. Sorry,
he was just named top fashion person in the world.
I mean, I believe that.
Yeah, he beat out Bieber and I think they said Robert Pattinson. I meant to send you that article. Okay.
I mean,
I know. Yeah, he is. I need him to stop attacking us. Yes. Look at the hair. Oh my God. Oh, look at that Jimmy. Look at that Jimmy. Yes. Oh. Yeah. Oh. What? Yes. I'm sorry. Was not expecting that. I haven't seen any abs on the videos. I know that they do abs on the stage, but I haven't seen any abs on the videos.
Yeah. So the story behind the abs too goes that the original choreography was they all had to do that. Like they all.
But only one had the abs.
And then they were like, "We'll just have Jimin do it."
Of course, because it's Jimin, and he doesn't have a problem with it.
The members also no, he did. Like they all did. They all hated it, and the members clowned him because like. When they originally did the choreography, all the members were like, we don't want to do that.
Right.
Like, we don't want it. Like, this is uncomfortable or whatever. And then it ended up only being Jimin, and Jimin was still uncomfortable. And they said like after the first live performance, when all the girls like screamed,
then he had no
Jimin
problem.
was no problem with it. They were like, now he just walks around showing his abs all the time. Like,
it's Jimin.
Yep. What I love is, did you read the lines there?
No, I'm sorry, I wasn't.
No. So, like, as the old, we're like old BTS, new BTS
Right.
watching this, and I have watched this like a lot.
Okay.
But like these lines still apply in their music now.
Okay.
Some of it which you've seen, like
Right.
like when RM talks about like, do you want to fly? Do you
Okay.
want to like? It's like they still have this like theme,
Okay.
even though they're very obviously in a different
place, very different.
So like
place.
read these, because I do think like there's multiple points in the BTS timeline where this like where they do this like straight line of them, and they're saying like these really powerful lines, and they're purposely not a bunch of choreography, I think.
Okay. Cannot believe the guys. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Was not expecting that. Was not expecting that.
So, okay, you go first, because I actually, rewatching this, I have thoughts, but you go first.
So, you know, my whole take on just the expectations of the children that I've seen in some of the K-dramas. I've talked to, you know, Korean friends about it, you know, to see what's accurate and what's kind of dramatized for the show. So, you know, for me, it's just like expectations are a lot. And I always, as a teacher and as a mom, look at them like, oh my gosh, like, that's a lot. So, you know, for them to be able to even address that and talk about, like, you can't be hypocrites. Like, you can't expect this from us, but yet, here's, you know, what
That's
you're doing.
one thing I noticed in it. One thing I was going to talk about. Because you and I, we're both teachers. Anyone out there who didn't know that, I don't know if we've ever said that on here. But we talk a lot about, like, building independence in students, and if you don't let kids make decisions, they never learn how to make decisions. And they actually, I never noticed in the lyrics of this, he says that. He's like, don't know how to decide, don't know how to live. Like, if you don't ever practice making good and bad decisions, you never
especially
learn
when
those things.
You're trying, I think, as parents and as teachers, we put a lot of pressure on children to be what we want them to be and not allow them to be
what they're right. Yeah. This is a whole song about right.
And so, and you have to understand that the decisions that they make are decisions that they're going to have to learn to live with it. And if we don't allow them to make those decisions as they're growing up, they won't learn from it. So then when they do get out into the world, they're lost. Like right now with COVID, like kids just don't know how to be independent thinkers and workers because we're constantly over them doing everything. And so whenever I watch, you know, some of the K-dramas and I see the pressure and like how parents are constantly just, you know, hoovering over children to make these decisions and to do this and to be this, it's like that has to be so stifling. So, you know, just to see them kind of break that down.
I know. It's cool, right?
Yeah.
Baby BTS.
Baby BTS.
I love Baby BTS still, though. Like, I watch that, and I'm like, man, I still love them so much.
Oh, that was adorable. That was adorable.
Like, it's also so hip-hop.
Yeah, it is. That's why I think I was kind of caught off because, and I think it goes back to...
They've gotten more poppy, for sure.
When I watched Rap Monster's Joke.
Yes.
Yeah, and I was just like, oh, that's not what I'm used to.
Like, that's where BTS came from, you know? All right.
I wonder what made them make the transition from hip-hop, rap to, like, now this more so poppy, you know, type.
I have theories on that. I think, like, I think they just always make what feels authentic to them.
Okay, right.
The teenage energy is very, like, hip-hop appeals to the teenage energy.
Right.
Of, like, rebellion and, like, energy, just chaos a little bit, and, like, energy, right? Like that, like, but, like, as I got older, I changed, like, within my own energy, and I feel like then other types of music resonate with me.
Right.
So, like, I feel like that's what has happened to them is, like, there are overarching things that are throughout all BTS music. It's always got a message. It's always got, like, it's always saying something, and it's always relevant. But the style of music changes because I think they've changed. Right. And they've gotten older. And, like, there's some hip-hop I still vibe with, but, like, not as much. Like, yeah, some days I'm feeling it, right? Like, most days I'm usually listening to something else. Like,
I think it kind of reminds me of, like, the evolution of Beyonce, where she started off in this pop, you know, type of bubble, and then she kind of got into this R&B groove, and now she's kind of, like, almost into this trap type, you know, vibe.
Yeah.
Not all the way trap, but, like, she just has a different vibe about her right now.
Yeah, it's just, like, I don't know where you are in life.
Especially if you start off in entertainment at a very young age. Like, when you grow, you see that you evolve in regards to the type of music that you listen to and the type of music that you now are kind of like feeling. So for me, like, it was when I was younger, a lot of hip hop and, you know, rap, a lot of R&B, and then I kind of evolved into, okay, let me explore other different type of music, and I started exploring different type of music based off of soundtracks from movies that I watched, which exposed me to different cultures. Hence how I got into K-pop.
So I was just gonna say, the other thing I think as artists is you do reach points as artists, even like fine artists, right? Like, my cousin's a muralist, and she goes through these, like, phases. Yeah. And so, like, you know, she'll be exploring deeply this one vision she has through, like, I've seen her do, like, 3 years where all her murals will look pretty similar. They follow a similar style. It's still uniquely hers. But, like, she'll get to a point and go, like, you can tell it's just, like, okay, I did that. Right. And so with BTS, sometimes I wonder if it's a little bit of that. It's like, we did hip-hop, and it would feel inauthentic if we tried to continue doing it right now, because we've kind of, like, exhausted our I don't know, like, our journey through that, right? And so I don't know, like I said, I have, like, theories and thoughts around it, but who knows? Like, only they know. You're right. They still do throw in the us and the persona and Dechita, and, you know, like, they have never come thrown out rap and hip hop. Right. They just, like, have infused more EDM and pop and some R&B stylings and, like, you know, like,
that singularity. Oh.